Welcome to CandleLight Audiobook. The Secret Misses. Chapter 541. At that exact moment, only the clanking of plates and utensils was heard and everyone's breath was stuck in their throats. Cleo was shocked and threw up the alcohol he had drunk. The ointment in Tiffany's grip fell onto the floor and was now in shattered pieces. Big Xiao's mouth was parted in a surprised "oh." Small Xiao was totally in shock. The other person who was even more shocked than Small Xiao was Luna herself. What the heck? What was the devil doing? Before Luna's eyes could pop out, Theo slowly lifted his lips from hers, but he still held by her waist as if declaring his dominance over her. He looked at the dumbfounded Small Xiao with his sharp eyes, then asked in a deep voice, "Are there any more problems?" She had been asking Luna why was she not picked. Now she shook her head from side to side vigorously like a bobblehead doll. Bro had not lied to her. Indeed, there was no girlfriend. But he had a boyfriend. And his boyfriend was Theo. Oh, my God. Cleo put his hands to his forehead, feeling sorry for the girl who seemed like her brain was getting fried. Silly child, there are so many more guys in the world, yet you were trying to snatch the tiger's prey. Luna tried to break free of Theo's hold. She struggled and failed, trying very hard not to hit him. Theo, are you crazy? Do you know what you are doing? Theo had not a drop of regret, replying as a matter of factly, "I'm handling trouble." Luna was speechless and really wished that she could sink into the floor. Even if he was trying to help her out of the situation, did he not realize that she was assuming a man's identity? Kissing in public was enough of a shocker, what more that they seemed to be two guys going at it. She was fine with it since no one knew her, but it was different for his case. Did he think the earlier rumors were not exaggerative enough? It was still a rumor the last time, but now he had made it a fact. This man is simply too capricious for his own good. Luna huffed in anger, "Let go." Not only did he tighten her grip on her, upon he seeing the masked worry within the girl's incensed eyes, he even closed in on her and kissed her again. Luna was in shock as she felt the warmth on her lips again. What was happening? Was the devil infected with some sort of virus? Splash. Some unlucky guy was too shocked and lost his balance, accidentally falling into the pool. Yet again, for the second time, jaws dropped as those present were stunned to see what was happening in front of them. What was going on? They were privy to such a big secret tonight. Could they still leave the place alive? But even though they were both men, but it felt like they were actually a perfect match for each other. One was wild and precocious, the other one was strong and dominant, their kiss making people blush and heart rates present race through the roof. Wake up. Wake up. How could they have such creepy thoughts? Chapter 542. Her chin was held firmly by his calloused fingers, her lips starting to feel numb. Luna was terrified. She would not have flirted had she known that this would happen. The frightening devil did not care about her feelings at all. She did not expect the devil would actually be jealous of a girl, and such intensely jealous too. Theo took his own sweet time and tasted her lips as if he was carefully enjoying the nectar of the gods, but of course, he stopped right before Luna was about to explode. Luna's heart was racing quickly as she clenched her teeth together and raised her arms. She wanted to rip her wig off her head. Things had finally unraveled to that point and she could not let people misunderstood that he was gay, could she? Theo knew exactly what she wanted to do, so he grabbed her hands and stopped her. His eyes were focused on the person in front of him as if only she existed in this world. He told her quietly, "You don't have to. Isn't it better this way? No other woman will come near me the next time." Luna was astounded, her heartbeat almost at a roar now. Damn it. The devil was being too much. That ultimate move of his. She almost wanted to kiss him back. I'll go to the washroom. In the end, Luna broke off the kiss, freeing herself of Theo's hands and went to the toilet hastily. Theo's eyes shone, watching the girl's back as she fled the scene. He then looked at everyone present, his gentle gaze quickly freezing into an ice-cold stare. Small Xiao was holding on to Big Xiao in extreme terror. "Ah. Sis. What have I done?" What have I done? Bro Theo is going to kill me. I just tried to steal his man. Big Xiao was in deep shock as well, but she tried to comfort her. Keep calm, nothing bad will happen to you. You didn't know anything, plus they didn't say anything, we're innocent. No wonder he's so close to Bro Theo and Bro Cleo. Even little treasure. I'm so stupid, why didn't I think of their relationship earlier? The twins hid in the corner and tried to be invisible to the people around them. The fujoshis among the crowd were practically having a nosebleed and everyone was raving about what had just happened. It has been a rumor for so many years that CEO Theo liked guys. It's just that no one went public with it, so it isn't really a surprise, is it? Right, but to see it with my own eyes. The impact was too difficult to put into words. Many others nodded in agreement, the impact was powerful. Some people shrugged it off, our society is way ahead now. This is completely normal. I'm not discriminating against the two of them. Plus, they actually looked really good together. That Tang guy looked even prettier than some of the ladies here tonight, and they don't look weird together. Many of them agreed, that kid is so arrogant that no woman could possibly hold him down. He definitely needs someone like Bro Theo to tame him. Heh, that might not be the case. Bro Theo was here just now and he was already flirting with everyone. First, it was the top socialite of Beijing, and then there were the twin sisters. In the end, Bro Theo had to step in and publicize their relationship. Bro Theo was totally under control. Tisk, no wonder Bro Theo likes him so much. Chapter 543. Standing in front of the washroom entrance, Luna almost walked into the ladies' toilet. She abruptly realized her mistake and rushed to the opposite door. She calmed herself down after splashing some water onto her face, but when she came out of the washroom, there was someone waiting for her in the corridor, Tiffany. When she was having fun with Big Xiao and Small Xiao's group, they gossiped a lot and Luna had heard about Tiffany and her relationship with Theo. She did not really know how to face Tiffany now, so she decided not to do anything first. As expected, when Tiffany saw that she was silent, she spoke up. I know it might be inappropriate for me to ask this, but, is it true, that you and Theo are really in a relationship? Luna frowned. It seemed like she was here to confront the person who had stolen her crush. While the Sterling family of Imperial might not measure up to the Goldberg family in business, their background was not to be underestimated. Even with the prestige of the Goldberg family, the Sterling were not people that they could mess with. In fact, they had various angles in which they were important. In Matthew's eyes, the best candidate to be his daughter-in-law was Tiffany because he wanted to use the Sterling family as an insurance to help solidify the Goldberg family's power. And the Sterling family had a special relationship with Luna. The head of the Sterling family, Alexander, had 1 son and 3 daughters, and Luna's mother, Rebecca, was his youngest daughter. When she was young, she insisted on marrying Robert and was disowned by Alexander. The estranged pair of father and daughter had not been in contact at all for the past 20 years. Aside from some of the elders who were involved, most people thought that Alexander only had 2 daughters. Not even the youngsters in the Sterling family knew about this. Luna overheard about this fiasco during a conversation between Rebecca and Robert. Robert was involved in some sort of trouble and she hoped that Rebecca could go home to ask for help, but the latter refused and said something like she would never ever go back. Tiffany was Alexander's granddaughter, so biologically speaking, they were cousins. This was really complicated. However, come to think of it, Luna did not really mind. Since she did not acknowledge Rebecca as her mother now, she would not care about some faraway grandfather or cousin. What if it's true? And what if it's not? Luna replied Tiffany with a question instead. If it's not? Tiffany's voice shook. She really hoped that it was not true, but it was impossible. After all that they had done, she was just lying to herself. At last, Tiffany took a deep breath and returned to her calm expression. If it's true, then I'll give up. Huh? Luna was surprised by her reply. It was unexpected, considering her prideful personality. Tiffany held her fist tight and looked at her with fiery eyes. I was pretty confident about getting to Theo at first, but since it's come to you, I'll not fight with you for him. Tiffany quickly excused herself before she could have an emotional breakdown. Luna looked at the stubbornly arrogant Tiffany silhouette, leaving speechlessly. Something was not right. Did she get the wrong message? Why did it feel like Tiffany loved her instead of Theo? Chapter 544. The party was still going on outside, but apparently, everyone was not in the mood to have fun anymore. Cleo saw a few ladies leave quietly. All of them were originally here to get closer to Theo, but they all gave up now. Bro, what a great idea. Not only did you expel the potential opponents, you even settled the women who were chasing after you. What a clever move. Cleo gushed to his brother, impressed. At this moment, Cleo did not realize that while it was true his brother had no more trouble, things were going south very soon. An onlooking crowd welcomed Luna with curious gazes after she came out of the bathroom. Apart from them, the little bun rushed towards her quickly. His face clearly expressed a message. Little Treasure was angry. Hugs. And kisses. To heal his broken heart and soul. Auntie Luna had actually kissed father, and moreover, it was twice. Twice. Luna instantly knew what the small kid was thinking, so she generously gave him 2 big kisses and held him tightly in her arms. Then she walked towards Theo. A waiter came over with 2 glasses of warm milk the moment Luna sat down. Theo handed a glass of milk to his son and the other glass to Luna. Then he lay on the sofa in a relaxed posture and put his hand on the back of the sofa where Luna sat, exhibiting his dominance. He was sending a message to the floor: personal property, no trespassing. Don't even look. His silent message was super effective. Everyone backed off and chatted among their own groups while enjoying some drinks, not daring to stare at Luna anymore. The devil's kiss solved most of the problems that had cropped up earlier, and Luna was a lot more relaxed now. But she was still worried. Theo, is it really okay to have them misunderstand you? Theo nodded. Don't worry, the rumor will dissolve itself the day you become my wife. Luna was speechless. If that day did not come, he would be misunderstood as being gay his whole life. Cleo could not stand it anymore. Guys, can you please be more considerate? I'm getting goosebumps. The little bun was falling asleep since his usual bedtime was around 9 or 10 o'clock, and the milk helped to induce his sleepiness. Theo saw his son rub his eyes, so he brought the boy closer to him and tried to help him sleep more comfortably. But the little boy did not compromise, quickly backing off and sticking to Luna. He even grabbed onto Luna's neck tightly, as if telling his father, I know what you're thinking, don't you dare separate me from Auntie Luna. The little boy had been on alert this whole time after his father had kissed Luna. It seemed like the son-father alliance was disintegrating. Cleo gloated at his brother and almost laughed out loud. No matter how perfect a plan was, there would always be a flaw. His brother could settle so many people, yet he forgot about his own son. Luna was worried about Little Treasure, so she picked him up and wanted to leave. Second Master, please continue having fun without us. Little Treasure is getting tired, I'll take him back to rest. He's still growing right now, we shouldn't let him stay up too late. Cleo was annoyed seeing Luna's kind and motherly side. He could not believe that she was the same person who had caused all the trouble earlier. Chapter 546. Luna held Little Treasure in her arms as Theo took off his maroon coat and put it on Luna. He then put his hand over her shoulder and they walked out together. TSK, they looked like an actual family together. Although Theo had warned the crowd, everyone still stared at them in surprise when they saw the maternal side of the guy named Tang. It did not add up to his flirtatious side at all. Their sharp stares softened just by looking at Luna in such a position. Oh no. Stop looking. What if they were not straight? After all, he was the person who turned Theo gay. The guys were trying to calm themselves down while the girls' hearts had been stolen away long ago. Even though they knew that he liked men, they still could not help but fall for him. He looked even more charming while holding the child. How gentle. Small Xiao tucked herself into her sister's arms, feeling really sad. I'm feel so blue, the 2 men that I liked the most. They got together. I actually experienced 2 breakups in one night. Big Xiao was not sure how to console her sister. Well, technically, she was not wrong, it was really 2 breakups. Small Xiao put her hand on her chest dramatically as she said, hot guys are already so scarce, yet the both of them got together. 2 top-notch men just went to waste. My heart hurts. Big Xiao tried to comfort her, don't worry, there's still Bro Jingli here. Small Xiao did not look impressed. No. Cleo is too flirtatious. He's not my type. I don't want him, no matter how handsome he looks. Cleo had just passed by Small Xiao and almost stumbled after he overheard what she had said. What the heck? I'm flirtatious? Fine, I admit that I'm flirtatious. But am I as flirtatious as your bro would? Your bro would have had his hands over both men and women, you foolish girls. Cleo sent the 3 of them off to the entrance, feeling sorry for himself, but he still supported his brother. It's really late already, it'd be troublesome to go back to your place. Why don't you just stay at my brother's place for a night? Ah, how selfless was he. If there was an award for the best younger brother, he would win, hands down. Luna thought about it. The little bun's dad stayed just right beside here and it was troublesome to bring the little bun all the way back to her apartment. Sure, I'm okay with it, Luna replied. They started walking towards Theo's place. When they were reaching the entrance, the little bun stirred a little in Luna's arms. He went mad when he saw the familiar building. He grabbed on Luna's clothes and shook his head. He really did not want to go in. No, no, no. Not going to leave Auntie Xiaoxi. Apparently, the little bun thought that Luna was going to send him back home. Luna comforted him gently, little treasure, I'm not leaving you here. I'm staying here with you for the night, we'll leave together back to my place tomorrow morning, alright? The little bun was still half asleep, unsure if he had heard what Luna said but he kept shaking his head and was almost on the verge of crying. He just desperately did not want to go in, reacting as if it was the devil's den. Luna looked at Theo helplessly. What should we do? Theo sighed, it's alright, I'll send you back. Son, please don't betray me. I'll not kiss her in front of you next time, okay? Chapter 546. On the next morning. While Cleo was still dreaming about successfully getting some pretty ladies, suddenly, his room door was flung open violently. Bam! What happened? Who was that? Damn it, he sleeps naked. Was someone going to rape him? Cleo's first reaction was to cover himself up with a blanket, then he saw something much worse than a nightmare. Both his parents were standing by his bed looking enraged as if they were going to beat him up any second like they did when he had poked a beehive for fun. Cleo was terrified and any sense of sleepiness vanished altogether. Father, Mother, what are you doing here this early? You bastard. I'm going to kill you. Margaret started attacking him without explaining a thing, Matthew joining in with his walking stick as well. Cleo rolled across the bed to evade his parents' attack. Wow. What are you guys doing? Don't aim for my face. Am I really your son? Don't grab my blanket, I'm naked, can we talk after I put on some clothes? I'll give you 2 minutes, come out quickly. Margaret went out with her husband and closed the door. The 2 of them waited in the living room angrily. Cleo quickly dressed up, then opened the window. He would be a fool to go out there obediently. It must have been something terrible for them to bother him this early in the morning. Too bad for him, Matthew expected his little trick and caught him red-handed. Bastard, I knew you were going to run away. Come here. In the end, Cleo could not escape his fate. Cleo sat on the sofa while scratching his head with a scowl. So, what happened? How dare you ask us what happened? You tell us what happened last night. Don't tell me that you don't know. Matthew glared stormily at his son. Cleo shrugged innocently. What happened last night? I organized a party. Don't play dumb. Someone told me, that your brother kissed a man in front of everyone. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Matthew fumed. What, so, that's it? What's with that attitude? This is a serious matter. Cleo pleaded innocently. Please, father and mother, it was brother who kissed a man and not me. He stays just right beside me, so why don't you go and bother him instead of beating me up? This is so unfair. Matthew's face darkened. You dare say that it wasn't your idea? Who else can it be other than you? Of course, I'm going to beat you up. Cleo complained unhappily. What the heck? Why is it my idea now? It was brother's own will and action. I was shocked as well. I'm a victim too. Matthew and Margaret hesitated when they saw Cleo's genuine expression. Cleo then continued, and why would you think that it's fake? It might be possible that my brother really likes men. Matthew's rage surged again. Nonsense. I'm going to kill you if you keep spouting crap. Your brother already has a son, do you think he would like a man now? And he practically turned into putty being charmed by that woman before. This must be part of his plans. Chapter 547. Cleo calmly raised his eyebrows. That might not be the case, anyhow, it wasn't my idea, I don't know anything about it. We already knew that he was not sure about his sexual orientation before. What happened 5 years ago was a setup by me and he almost became estranged with everyone here. And now Luna has appeared and thank goodness that she is a woman. Yet, the both of you are getting in their way and forcing brother to marry someone he doesn't like. With such a difficult love life, who'd have known if he has suffered from some emotional trauma? Then, he might get fed up and end up liking men instead. Come to think of it, it is possible. Cleo's words really terrified both Matthew and Margaret. This was the one thing that worried them the most. Even though it might just be a plot of their son's, they still had to make sure of it. Matthew looked really unwell and in the end, he spoke up, help me send a word to your brother. If he wants to marry that woman, he can go ahead. Cleo was exhilarated but only for a moment as he knew that his father would have something else to say. True enough, he continued, as long as he agrees to these requirements. What requirements? First and foremost, she needs to quit the entertainment industry. Secondly, cover up her background. We will find a suitable identity for her to assume. Thirdly, before she comes into our family, she will need to undergo some finishing education regarding manners and appropriate behavior. Cleo picked his ears as if he thought he misheard and interrupted, Father, I don't have to go and tell brother anymore. I'll reply you on his behalf. What are you trying to say? Matthew asked with a deep, threatening voice. Father, you're not being sincere. You might as well not let them marry at all. Matthew was astonished. What do you mean? He had spent a whole night coming up with this idea. He could never accept that woman but he could still compromise, so he tried his best to think of a way to have an ideal outcome. How was that not sincere? Cleo sighed, Father, let me tell you, the woman brother likes is a wolf. What you're trying to do is to bring the wolf from the forest into a zoo and trap it inside a cage. You're going to paint it white, remove its teeth and claws, put it on a leash, and hand it to my brother then say, here you go, your favorite wolf cub is here. How do you think brother would feel? You're not doing this for his sake, you're destroying what he loves. Margaret frowned and flared her nostrils. Cleo, your analogy isn't appropriate. We're just trying to make the girl a better person in order to become Theo's wife and little Treasure's mother. Fine, then I'll use another example. Do you remember when I was still a child, I really liked a bunny? In the end, it died of sickness and I was sad to the point that I had no appetite for a few days and you guys brought me another bunny that looked similar to make me happy. Do you remember how I reacted? Margaret nodded. You didn't want it, you asked me to send it away. Yes, even if it was the same, I knew that it was not the one I liked from before, yet now you're turning a wolf into a puppy. Heck, they are even of different species. There are a lot of people who are suitable for my brother but so what if he and little Treasure don't like them? Chapter 548. When he reached the office in the afternoon, Cleo reported what had happened to his brother. Of course, he exaggerated how he used his extraordinary talking skills to convince their parents and to turn the tables. Although it wasn't settled in the end, it's still a good sign. Father and mother weren't even considering her before, but at least they are trying now. Bro, I think your plan can continue, just a few more times and they might really just agree to anything. Cleo had a smug look on his face. Theo dared not remind his brother that if their parents were to give up on him, the Goldberg family still had another son. If it came to that point, it would be the second son who would be forced to marry. As the brothers were talking, someone knocked on the office door. Little Treasure walked in, and the one who followed behind him was not Luna but was Angelo. Theo frowned a little. Where's Luna? For some reason, Angelo always freaked out when he saw this man, so he replied carefully, CEO Goldberg, Sis Luna mentioned she had something urgent, so she didn't come up. She asked me to inform you that she'll be back in around 2 hours to get Little Treasure. An urgent matter? Theo scanned his calendar and realized that it was Luna's grandfather's birthday. She had probably gone back home. Theo was worried, not feeling at ease to have Luna go back alone, but since it was just a short 2 hours, there should not be any issue. She probably just went back to wish her grandfather. Cleo was suddenly revived as he looked at Angelo. Did something happen when I wasn't here? Who are you? Why are you so close to Luna? Angelo guessed that this man was probably the owner of Glory World Entertainment, Luna's superior Cleo, so he respectfully replied, Hello, I'm. After Cleo finished hearing Angelo's introduction, he said to his brother, Damn, bro, you're really generous, letting a pretty boy go near sister-in-law. Aren't you worried that she'd eat him up? Theo glanced at the nervous Cleo and replied with just 3 words, There's Little Treasure. Cleo was speechless. His brother, what a move. No wonder he did not take Little Treasure back home to create more chances to meet Luna. Instead, he sent Little Treasure to stay with her. That way, he would have a top spy and an advanced love rival repellent right beside her. Utilizing his son to the fullest, Little Treasure and Luna probably felt grateful for him. At the Brown family residence. Today was the 70th birthday of the Brown family elder, Julian Brown, and a huge number of guests were invited to celebrate. Brown International was doing exceptionally well in the hands of the eldest son Robert, and they were going to be affiliated with the Sue family through their children's marriage, so the number of people attending was extraordinary. Despite being extremely busy, the maids and waiters looked happy. The master was powerful and they took pride in their job as well. No matter where they went, telling people that they worked for the Brown family would attract envy. Chapter 549. In the banquet hall, the decoration looked glamorous. All the guests and relatives were wishing the elder and greeting him with auspicious words. Without a doubt, everyone was focused on the current head, Robert and his family. The guests attending were all powerful people from the city. Aside from Robert's business partner, there was also Emma's powerful friends within the industry. All the other relatives were jealous of them but still fawned over them for the sake of their benefit. Rebecca, you're so blessed, your husband is so capable and so is your daughter. I'm really envious of your daughter. Not only is she pretty, she's getting more and more popular. Apart from her acting career, she has even started a company of her own. I know, right? Her brand is even famous overseas. Many friends of mine were asking me to make a reservation for them for the latest items. Emma felt a little shy from all the compliments. Uncle, Aunt, you all are exaggerating. I was just fooling around with my free time. She's not just capable, she's got a good personality and she's humble as well. Nothing like the one I have at home, always getting me into trouble. Madam Brown, how did you manage to have such a wonderful daughter? Give us some tips. A bunch of people started asking Rebecca. Rebecca looked at her daughter proudly and smiled. I don't really have much experience actually. Emma never really needed me to worry about her. Oh, how envious. Among the waves of praises, a small voice piped up, speaking of which, I really don't know what the elder was thinking. He already has such a fabulous granddaughter, yet he still insisted on adopting a little girl from his hometown and put her under your care. Then, she caused so much trouble. Was he trying to just spice up his life? Rebecca's mouth tightened into an unnatural smile and she said, he pitied her and was just trying to be kind. We as the younger generation could only follow his will. She was totally carving out a clear-cut description of her relationship with Luna. Until today, no one knew that Luna and Emma had exchanged their identity. Everyone still thought that Luna was just an adopted child from the elder's hometown. At first, when the elder took Luna back, he was going to publicize her identity since she was his real grandchild and Robert and Rebecca had agreed. But, no thanks to Emma's provocation, Luna had embarrassed her family on several occasions, making Robert and Rebecca really unhappy. On the day they were going to announce Luna's actual identity, Luna had worn a counterfeit version of a branded dress and was found out, bringing unspeakable humiliation to her family. The both of them instantly changed their mind, deciding not to announce Luna's identity, and they had been delaying the matter. 5 years ago, after Luna did something else that insulted the family name, they totally gave up on coming clean about her identity and sent her overseas instead. You're really kind for sending her overseas to study as well, but it has been 5 years, isn't it? She should have graduated, hasn't she? I wonder what she's doing now. Is she working in Ning International? A distant relative asked. Chapter 550. Robert had 2 daughters, one real child and one fake lady. Emma was lucky and got married into the Johnson family, so no one could not take advantage of her anymore, not that they dared to. Although Luna had a lower status, she still held the title of an adopted daughter. Any man who married her would somehow benefit from the union. Everyone started asking about Luna following the relatives' inquiry. I heard that she's been playing some minor roles here and there. What? Just some minor roles? She rejected a proper job to go and do something like that? She probably wanted to try her luck after seeing how successful Emma became. Isn't that overestimating herself? Does she think that just anyone can be a star? Aren't you doing something about it, Rebecca? Rebecca's happy expression soon faded upon hearing all those comments. Emma held Rebecca's hands and said kindly, "Father and Mother have always wanted her to work in the company and have even made the necessary arrangements, but Sister just doesn't want it, Uncle and Aunties. Well, as you all know, she's adopted, but we should respect her own decisions." Some bystanders nodded. How could the blame be put on Rebecca? Rebecca took care of her and even sent her overseas for education. That's already more than enough. What can I say? This girl from that small little town doesn't know how to be grateful. There's no way to teach her. How could you compare her with Emma? You're right. Rebecca and Robert have already done their best. Rebecca let out a sigh of relief, glad that no one knew that the embarrassing girl was her own biological daughter. Her daughter, her pride of joy, was only Emma. With the excuse of adopted parents not being able to do much, no matter what kind of embarrassing incident Luna was involved in, it would not be related to her, Rebecca. Outside of the Brown residence gate, Luna looked from afar. If she was to enter from the main gate, she would need an invitation card. However, no one bothered to tell her about the celebrations today, not to mention, there was no invitation card for her whatsoever. After giving it some thought, she gave her cousin's sister, Olivia, a call. "Sis Olivia." The voice on the other side of the phone sounded excited. "Luna, where are you? I was just about to call you. It's grandfather's birthday today, are you coming back? I'm already at the entrance, do you mind coming out and passing my present to grandfather?" Luna asked. "You're already here? Even if you don't want to see anyone else, you're already here, so why not meet up with grandfather? Grandfather talked to me about you last night and asked when you were coming back. I comforted him that you'll be here today, but..." Olivia's sentence trailed off. Luna felt troubled by her cousin's words. In the end, Olivia sighed, "Why don't we do it this way? You come to the back door, I'll find a chance to bring grandfather there. You greet him yourself and give the present to him personally." "You're the best, thank you, sis Olivia," Luna expressed gratefully. Success. Luna let out a sigh of relief and walked towards the back door with the jade beaded bracelet she had bought last time. Her eyes reddened when she saw Olivia helping a white-haired old man approach her. Chapter 551. 5 years might not be a long time for youngsters like her, but for elders like grandfather, it was like eternity. Grandfather's hair had turned all white and his straight spine had curved into a hunch. He took out his glasses from his front pocket, trying to look at her face clearly. Luna's old memories all rushed back to her the moment she saw her grandfather. It was winter, she was still young and was brought to a strange place. She saw her biological parents being intimate with Emma as she hid in a corner and started missing her old home. She was almost on the verge of tears. Then, grandfather found her, held her hands, took her to the kitchen and cooked her a bowl of noodles and soup, telling her not to cry as this was her home. Rebecca had always yelled at her, instilling fear and insecurity in her, and she only became worse at the things she was told to do. Her grandfather would always spend time with her in the study room and he taught her many things patiently. After she left home, she never returned and grandfather did not know what had happened. As his health was not at its peak, Luna dared not tell him what had happened so as not to worsen his condition. There was a time when grandfather went to America personally to bring her back, but she had declined. Till the present day, she still remembered his disappointed expression. Currently, Luna was not sure how to face him. Julian was clearly unhappy, probably still thinking about the time when she did not return home with him. Olivia was the first to make a move to break the ice. She went over and held Luna's hands and took her to grandfather. "Luna, what are you standing there for? Say something," Olivia urged her. Luna was not the shy little girl she was. As she got back to her senses, she quickly gave the elder a big hug. "Grandfather, I've missed you." Julian was surprised by his granddaughter's passionate hug and he exclaimed, "I don't really see how you have missed me. If you really did, why didn't you come back after all these years?" Although his tone was a little harsh, he obviously still had a soft spot for her. Luna laughed. "Grandfather, I'm studying hard. You're the one who told me that knowledge transforms life. I've listened to your words and gave studying my all." "You?" Julian looked helplessly at her with his speckled gray eyes, almost not recognizing her anymore as he mumbled, "You've changed. Not just her looks, her personality, her aura. Just meeting her for a short while made him realize that his granddaughter's transformation came as a big surprise to him. Luna cocked her head to one side and asked, "How did I change? Am I prettier now?" The elder smiled at her and replied, yes, and much more positive now. It's a good change. Looks like the overseas environment did you good." That was the only thing that comforted Julian as he felt really sorry for this granddaughter of his. After some small talk, Julian moved on to the actual conversation. "Luna, I know that I told you to focus on your studies, but I've also taught you to do the right things at the right time, yes? And you too, Olivia, listen to what I'm going to say. You two are getting older now, practically ripe for marriage. You should find someone, get married quickly and bring me a cute little grandchild. I understand that youngsters nowadays are very busy, so if you don't have time to look after the kids, I'll look after them for you, don't worry about it." Chapter 552. Luna and Olivia looked at each other helplessly. Olivia was a feeble person and would not say anything, so Luna spoke up, "Grandfather. Stop. You can't be like this. The first thing you tell me after so many years is to urge me to marry. You know what kind of grandfather isn't cute? It's the kind that urges their grandchildren to get married." Julian shot her a stubborn look. "Then, do you know what kind of granddaughter isn't cute? One like you. Always roaming outside and not coming back, and not bearing any great-grandchild for me. I'm already 70 years old today, how many years do I have left?" Luna was speechless by his rebuttal. Julian looked in the direction of the banquet hall and said to them in a sad tone, "It's not that I want to force the both of you. I have no choice. Up until your generation, there isn't a male offspring. Who am I going to pass the family business to? Are you asking me to pass it to the adopted Emma? Or your second uncle's two illegitimate daughters?" Both Luna and Olivia looked down shamefully after hearing what their grandfather said. Luna lived with a no-marriage doctrine. She would probably never get married her whole life. What more have a child to take over the family business? Olivia already had someone in mind, but they missed their window of opportunity. She still could not let it go after so many years, and she could not accept anyone else, so she was not able to fulfill grandfather's wish as well. Olivia's father, also Luna's second uncle, Thomas wanted to force Olivia to marry someone and give birth to a successor, but the fragile Olivia was stubborn on the inside. She insisted not to marry at all and threatened him with her death, so Thomas had been sprinkling his seeds outside in a desperate attempt and cultivating his illegitimate daughters, hoping they could give birth to a successor soon. As for Emma, even though she was adopted, it seemed that they had discussed with the Johnson family that her firstborn male would bear the surname Brown. Robert had been fighting with Thomas restlessly. Robert's biggest chip was Emma's influence and her marriage to the Sue family, while Thomas's biggest chip was that while he did not have a son, at least all his daughters were her real daughters. If any of them gave birth to a son, then he would be the successor with the blood of the Brown family. As the discussion progressed, it turned stale. Both Luna and Olivia not having any idea how to reply their grandfather. They could not promise him, but they were not cruel enough to break his heart. Suddenly, a familiar voice came through. "Father, many people are waiting to meet you. Why are you here in the backyard?" You, Luna." As Rebecca was speaking, she noticed that someone else was with Olivia and Julian. After realizing that it was Luna, Rebecca's expression darkened and she yelled at her, "What are you doing here? We have a lot of guests here. What would happen if they saw you? Get out." Before Luna could say anything, the old man was enraged. "Ridiculous, Luna is my biological granddaughter. What makes you think you can chase her out?" Rebecca was worried and she carefully looked around. "Father, please keep your voice down." "What for? Am I wrong? Is Luna not your daughter?" Julian was even angrier seeing her worried gesture. Chapter 553. The reprimanded Rebecca stared at Luna, then she gently apologized to Julian. "Father, I don't mean it that way. As you would know, not many people know that Luna is my. I've told you a long time ago. I told you to announce Luna's identity. She was studying abroad before, but now she's back. Everyone's here today and you will tell everyone that Luna is part of our Brown family." Rebecca reacted in horror. "What? Father, absolutely not. I disagree." Her expression looked as if Luna was some disgusting and terrifying beast that had to be hidden from the world. Back then, when she had just returned home, she would have been heartbroken seeing such an expression like that from her biological mother, but now, any semblance of expectation was totally eradicated. Olivia was not aware of what Luna had gone through, so she felt really sorry for her and held her cousin's hands tightly. Luna felt a sense of warmth glowing from her heart with Olivia's grip and she gave her a happy smile. Her smile was as warm as the sun and brought an otherworldly kind of joy. Olivia did not expect that reaction from Luna and was shocked. As Julian and Rebecca discussed, a few people had come over. Robert, Emma, Thomas, and her two illegitimate daughters joined the group. Apart from Thomas's wife, who was not there due to some relationship complications, all of the Brown family members were present. "What happened? Why have the both of you started arguing?" Robert frowned, then he saw Luna and his face darkened. "Why are you here?" He was surprised that his wife would start an argument with his father. As expected, every time this girl appeared, bad things would happen. Rebecca saw that her husband was here and she quickly told him, "Robert, please convince your father. He wants to announce Luna's identity today." Robert responded in shock, "No way. Father, are you confused? Damn it, did this brat tell you to do this?" Robert shot Luna a suspicious look. Julian struck the floor with his walking stick and demanded, "Don't you blame this on Luna, it was my idea. Now, you tell me, what's wrong with this?" "Right, what's wrong with this? Isn't Luna your real daughter?" Thomas followed along, adding fuel to the fire. His provoking tone angered Robert. "You, shut up. It's none of your business." Robert's overbearing attitude triggered Thomas, who replied, "Brother, that's not quite right of you to say that. I'm also a member of the Brown family. How is this none of my business?" Damn it. What was the big deal being the business manager? It was not like he received any shares. How dare he yell at him like this? Still, he was blessed with an exceptional daughter. Not only did she bring in tons of resources, she even brought back an outstanding son-in-law. Could Emma have brought fortune to Robert as Master Long mentioned? God damn it, what sort of luck did Robert have for him to pick up such a valuable golden egg? It was a good thing that his biological daughter was so terrible. He was looking forward to Luna's return to mess up Robert's life. He was excited just by thinking about what had happened 5 years ago. Chapter 554. Robert stopped talking to Thomas and focused on the old man first. Father, it's not that I don't want to announce it, but it's too hasty to do so. We've been telling everyone that she's adopted, then suddenly the adopted daughter becomes the real daughter. You'd need a good excuse for that. It'll be a big joke if we do it unprepared. Furthermore, it will look really bad if we mess up on your birthday today. Hasty, it's been 5 years. You have never even bothered about this matter, have you? Of course, I have. I've looked for her when she first returned and even wanted to arrange a job for her. She could have slowly adapted to our Brown family, only then we'd announce her real identity. It was she who wanted to enter the entertainment industry. Not only did she bring up some nasty rumors upon herself, she even affected Emma. Actually, announcing Luna's identity had never occurred to him. The terrible scandal of Luna giving birth to a dead child after having sex with 2 escorts was a time bomb that would explode any moment. If it was ever exposed one day, he could never let anyone know that Luna was her biological daughter. Julian did not believe his son and asked, "A job? What kind of job did you arrange for Luna?" "Our branch company in Singapore." "You bastard, you're sending her far away right after she had just returned. What are you letting Luna do at that stupid place with just 20 over employees?" "I'm just trying to let her gain more experience. I can't put her straight into our main office, can I? Luna is my granddaughter, why not?" "Luna, you'll join the main office tomorrow in the finance department." Emma's expression changed when she heard what Julian said. She had actually wanted to join the Brown Company's main office at first, but her position would attract a lot of suspicion in the company. Thus, she decided to use reverse psychology. Even if Robert and Rebecca had suggested it, she would decline them, showing that she was not going after any benefits the Brown family would be associated with at all. As a result, Robert and Rebecca showered her with more love, and even the elder had nothing to say about it. Julian really hated the 2 illegitimate daughters of Thomas. They were not a threat to her at all. Even though Olivia could possibly give birth to a son, she was still charmed by a man from her past, so there was no worrying about her. Emma was patient because after she had gained enough resources from the Johnson family, everything from the Brown family would be hers eventually. But now, after so many years of hard work, they were falling apart all because of Luna. How could she tolerate this? After the elder finished, not only Robert, Rebecca, and Emma, even Thomas could not stand it anymore. "Father, are you kidding me? She graduated from some unknown university and has no working experience at all. How could you let her join the finance department? Even if you were to pick, you should pick Olivia. Or even Xiao Ru and Xiao Ai. Brother, you're overestimating your children. While it's true that Olivia graduated from the University of Imperial, she's an art major, so what can she do in the finance department? As for your 2 illegitimate daughters, what else do they know aside from dressing themselves up? Are you trying to mess up the company by letting them join the finance department? Father has said it before, Emma will join the finance department after she's married." Chapter 555. Of course, Robert hoped that his daughter would join the main company, but he had hoped for Emma to do so, and not Luna. To him, if Luna were to join the main company, it would be a total disaster. Messing things up in the family was terrible, but screwing up in the company would be utterly embarrassing. He had promised the Johnson family the other day that Emma would definitely inherit the family business. As the 3 of them argued, Rebecca went up to Luna and pulled her aside. "What are you still waiting here for? Leave now. We were all good here until you came along. It's your grandfather's birthday today, do you really have to mess things up?" Although Luna looked calm, Olivia could not hold it in anymore. Despite being a meek person, she spoke up, "Big Aunt, you're not being reasonable here. Luna was just here to wish grandfather, so in order to not alert all of you I brought grandfather to the backyard to see her. She didn't say anything nor do anything wrong at all. How is this her fault? Yes, she didn't do anything wrong, but her presence itself is more than enough. And our family matters are none of your business. At the same time, in CEO Theo's room. 2 hours had gone by, but Luna was not back yet. Little Treasure was lying there looking out of the window as usual while Theo started to check his phone frequently. Cleo could not stand them anymore. Can the both of you calm down? It's only been 2 hours. 5 minutes later, she was not back yet. Theo picked up his phone and called Luna, but no one answered. At the Brown family's residence. Luna's phone suddenly rang and she saw it was Theo calling. She realized that more than 2 hours had passed. He was probably going to ask when she was returning. The Brown family was in an uproar now and Luna was not available to pick up the call. She went up to her fuming grandfather and spoke to him gently. We'll talk about things some other day. I'm just here to see you today. I have something to do later and I have to go now. Happy birthday, grandfather. What? You're leaving now? Her grandfather asked worriedly. Don't worry about these bastards. Grandfather is here, no one can chase you away. Luna stroked her grandfather's back. Grandfather, I'm just a little busy lately. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here this late. Luna, it's my fault, I made you go through such hard times. Julian thought Luna was just comforting him and that she was leaving because of Robert and Rebecca's attitude, so he felt sorry for her. Emma knew that things were bad, seeing the expression on her grandfather's face. Although the current power lay in Robert's hands, the company's shares were still dictated by the elder, and if he favored Luna, then things would be troublesome. She was afraid that the elder would feel sorry for Luna. After all, she was still the real granddaughter, so no matter how useless or dirty Luna was, a few words were all it would take to destroy everything Emma had built up so far. Was it because of that damned lineage? Just because she did not have the Brown family's blood running in her, would she need to invest hundreds and thousands-fold more effort to get what Luna could acquire easily? Chapter 556. If Luna became the legitimate heir, then Emma could not accept the thought of how she would live a life of poverty back in the poor village. Even if the Brown family kept her, she could not bear the thought of being under Luna. She was the Brown family's daughter and she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. There was no way she would allow this witch to take away all of that from her. That's right, she was the one and only daughter of the Brown family. Even bloodline could not change that. Emma took a deep breath to calm herself down, then she went up to Luna and held her arms, saying in a trembling voice, "Sister, please don't leave, all right? Please don't be angry with father and mother. They have been preparing to announce your identity a long time ago, but you didn't want to come back and join the company. You can put all the blame on me, it's all my fault, do whatever you want to me. If you really don't want to see me here, I'll leave now. But please, sister, don't go. Even if you don't want to see us, think about grandfather. Grandfather really missed you. At least take a bite of grandfather's birthday cake. What could possibly make you miss grandfather's birthday?" Emma's words were phrased cleverly, indirectly blaming matters on Luna, at the same time expressing her awkward position in the Brown family, and most importantly, showing how filial she was towards grandfather. Rebecca felt sorry for her. "Emma, what are you talking about? Where are you going? You shouldn't be the one leaving." The elder looked much kinder now, seeing Emma ask Luna to stay as well. Of course, he would not chase Emma away, so he went along with her. "Luna, it's such a rare occasion that you're back. Stay for a while more, all right?" Luna looked at the elder's eyes silently, and in the end, she nodded. Okay. It was already clear that she would disappoint him by never fulfilling his wish of giving birth to a great-grandchild for him. It would be impossible for her to go back to the Brown family or to join the company, so she was not cruel enough to decline his simple request up front. "That's great. Come inside. It's cold outside." The elder delightedly went back into the house with the help of Olivia and Luna. Emma was left behind. She gave them a cold stare when she saw Olivia and Luna help Julian back inside. Seeing that the elder was settled, Rebecca let out a sigh of relief. She walked up to Emma kindly and held her hands apologetically. "Emma, it must be hard for you. No matter what happened at home, she was always mature and cared about everyone's feelings. Robert felt heartbroken for her as well. He sighed, Emma, don't take it personally, your grandfather just missed Luna too much and was excited. He did not mean what he said, I'm still in charge of the company right now, don't worry. Thank you, father, mother, I understand. After grandfather had calmed down, Luna sent Theo a message, I need to stay here with my grandfather for a little while more. We'll be late. Take little treasure back home first, I'll pick him up from Platinum Palace later. Theo's face fell when he read her message in his office. Theo understood that no matter how strong Luna looked, she still had her soft spot, which was the Brown family. He knew a thing or two about what had happened to her in the Brown family. Although Luna sounded casual in the text message, how could he be not worried about leaving her alone at that place? Chapter 557. As Luna followed the elder into the banquet hall, everyone started whispering to each other. Who's the girl beside Elder Brown? She came here dressed like that? I heard the elder call her Luna just now, could it be, the adopted daughter, Luna? So that's her. It's been 5 years and she's still like that, there's been no improvement at all. Hee, she's still wearing pirated goods after 5 years. Has her taste in clothes not improved? Luna had been going around to do some furniture shopping for the studio decoration with Angelo and Little Treasure, so she had casually worn just a leather jacket with jeans, and tied a neat ponytail. However, because all of the ladies there that night were wearing long dresses and high heels, she stood out like a sore thumb. The elder was over the moon about his granddaughter's return and could not care less about what Luna wore, so he kept on talking to Luna until Rebecca had to remind him about the guests waiting for him. Eventually, she let Olivia accompany Luna to get something to eat. After the elder had left to see to the guests, any trace of a smile left Rebecca's face as she looked at Luna with despise. Take a look in the mirror. Don't you know what day it is? Emma rushed to say, Mother, don't blame sister, she must have rushed here and had no time to change. She acted as if she was afraid of Luna getting angry at her. She walked up to her, Sister, if you don't mind, do you want to change into one of my outfits upstairs? What are you waiting for? Go and follow Emma to change. You've been so busy but you never do anything properly. Who knows what kind of trouble you're involved in? To Rebecca, Luna was the bane of her existence and she could not even stand looking at her. When she was younger, Luna would have been embarrassed if she was scolded like that the last time, but now she just glanced at Rebecca. Oh, it wouldn't really matter to you whether I got changed or not. Aren't you being a bit too controlling, Madam Brown? She then took hold of Olivia's hand and headed for dessert. You. Rebecca sputtered in frustration, Emma, look at her, does she still treat me as a mother? She's got no manners at all. Emma was gloating happily as she comforted Rebecca and pretended to speak up for Luna, but the more she said, the deeper Rebecca's hatred for her own daughter ran. Oblivious to her mother's anger, Luna sat down at a table with Olivia. She helped herself to some wine and felt no awkwardness about crashing an unfamiliar place. It was as if the place was her backyard garden and what had happened here was merely a hilarious performance which she was taking as entertainment. Olivia looked at her cousin's sister with her nonchalant attitude in surprise. Luna, you've changed a lot over the years. Luna raised her eyebrows. Have I? When she was discovered wearing a ripped-off dress 5 years ago, she recalled feeling like she might as well have been naked in public and her world collapsed under the mockery and the looks of disgust from everyone. But now, by comparison, it seemed that there had been drastic changes over the years. Chapter 558. Actually, before she arrived, she had felt nervous and reluctant when she thought about meeting the Brown family. The trauma from her past was too hurtful to be forgotten easily and it still haunted her in the form of nightmares. But being present there, facing the odd stares from those people and the mockery from her own parents, along with Emma's usual hypocritical act, she was not as anxious as she anticipated to be. There was not even the tiniest sense of rage or anger. Time could really change a person. Before she realized it, all the things she cared so much about before did not matter as much now. You're not just prettier, you've actually gained much more confidence. I can see it, especially in your eyes. how do I put it? There's an unknown strength from them, like the rebirth of a phoenix, rising from the ashes. Olivia told her excitedly, although she felt a little heartache. People don't change without reason, and she did not know what triggered Luna's change today. She felt that it was odd when Luna had gone overseas 5 years ago, but she felt like she was not in the position to ask about it. Luna smiled and cupped her chin in her hands. Cousin sister, you've even got a flair for complimenting people. I'm serious, Olivia replied. Luna sipped some wine and sighed. Love breeds sorrow, love breeds fear. Those who have abandoned love are free from sorrow and fear. Maybe it's because I don't care anymore that none of this matters now. You're stronger when are free of desires. Olivia looked a little pale hearing Luna's words. Luna, what are you thinking? Why does it sound like you're cutting yourself off from any worldly ties? Luna coughed. She was just joking around, but Olivia was clearly scared, so she quickly comforted her. Sis Olivia, I'm just kidding, don't worry. She was obsessed with such temptations around her. How could she cut herself off from any worldly ties? It would be great if she could really achieve that. Luna chatted with Olivia happily while the gossip about her earlier soon stopped, since Luna did not pay them any mind. Their main purpose here was to get on the elders and Robert's good side. They were not here to look at some unimportant adopted daughter. The night came. More and more guests arrived and the banquet hall was filled with people. Robert was trying her hardest to make the elder happy. He got people to bring out the presents he had prepared beforehand. He had prepared an exquisitely made red coral 8 treasure screen which looked very extravagant. Everyone praised it and mentioned how filial Robert was. The elder just looked at it and just let it slide. He did not look very happy, apparently because he was still angry. Emma gave his father a comforting gaze and shot Luna daggers. He went up to the elder with a wooden box filled with intricate carvings in her hands. Grandfather, happy birthday. This is a present I picked out by myself, I hope you'll like it. Rebecca started. Father, open it. Emma's company started to earn some money recently and she used her own money to buy it for you. I've mentioned paying for her, but she insisted on preparing the present herself for it to be sincere. The elder took a glance at his granddaughter and opened the box and slowly. Upon seeing what was inside, his facial expression changed drastically. Inside the box was a bracelet made of jade beads. Chapter 559. Robert's gift was clearly a case of insincere splurging. On the other hand, Emma's present exuded effort in preparation. She knew that he loved jade and was also a staunch Buddhist, so she chose to give him a jade-beaded bracelet. As Julian assessed the bracelet, Emma stood in front of him quietly. Despite the unease in her eyes, the elder loved her very much. Emma had been staying with him ever since she was a child, and even after it was found out that she was not his actual grandchild, he still treated her just like one of his own. He just did not like his eldest son's and daughter-in-law's attitude. Julian sighed and gently said, "Thank you for your gift, I really like it." Emma looked relieved to hear her grandfather's praise. Her eyes had reddened slightly and she excitedly said, "I'm glad that you like it, grandfather." The old man felt sorry for her upon hearing the girl's sincerity in her voice. He did not want to involve her in his argument with his son and daughter-in-law. He then advised her, "Your career is important, but remember to take care of your health, especially since you're a girl. Don't overexert yourself." Emma nodded heavily, feeling touched. "Got it, grandfather." Rebecca and Robert looked at each other after they saw that the elder's face was full of warmth. They looked at Emma, their treasure and pride. The relatives and the guests at the side started their stream of flattery. "Oh, the color of the jade looks really good. I'm guessing it costs at least $2 or $3 million. That's no big deal. Emma's brand, History, made a net profit of tens of millions just this season. What's more is that she's a famous superstar. Elder Brown, you're really blessed. Your children and grandchildren are so capable and filial." In the corner, Luna, who was chatting with Olivia, frowned when she saw Emma's present for their grandfather. What a coincidence. Emma's present was just like Luna's, a bracelet made of jade beads. Her eyes met Emma's gaze. Emma set her eyes on the present on their table. Those cunning eyes, they looked as if she already knew what Luna had planned to give and that she had purposely prepared the same thing. Obviously, Emma's present was at least 10 times more expensive than Luna's gift. She intentionally wanted to embarrass her in front of everyone. Emma put on a grin, then told the elder, "Grandfather, I heard that sister has also got you a present." She innocently looked as if she was just trying to make grandfather happy. As Luna's real identity had still not been announced, Robert and Rebecca would be spared the blame regardless of whatever humiliating incident occurred, since she was an adopted daughter to the public's knowledge. At the same time, she could make grandfather upset with Luna, hence killing 2 birds with 1 stone. As expected, the elder did not notice Emma's real intentions. He looked at Luna with joy. "Is that true, Luna?" Olivia looked at Emma, then turned to Luna, her sharp senses warning her that something was not right. "Luna, wait." She could not tell what Emma was plotting, but it was definitely clear that whatever it was would not help improve the relationship between Luna and grandfather, making it even more impossible for Luna to shine under a positive light at an event like this. Chapter 560. Let me have a closer look at your gift. I suspect that Emma might have done something to it. Olivia alerted. There must be something odd happening. Luna smiled and whispered to Olivia, "Cousin sister, you sure are smart. The present does have some flaws, but it's been by my side the whole time, so I'm sure that nothing has happened to it." "Then?" Olivia asked suspiciously. "For some reason, Emma knew what I was going to give grandfather, so she prepared the same present as mine, and of course, hers is much more expensive." Olivia immediately knew what was going on and she continued in panic, "What then? Even if grandfather doesn't mind, the people around us would surely say something nasty. Luna, why don't I exchange something for you?" "It's okay, I'm fine as long as grandfather doesn't mind." Luna walked towards her grandfather with her present and gracefully wished him, "Grandfather, happy birthday." Olivia was worried about her, but then she suddenly calmed down. She had been blinded. At first, Luna had not wanted to return to the Brown family. Besides that, she was clearly not after the Brown family's property. No matter what everyone else said to her, she did not care about their opinions, only being concerned about grandfather's opinion. Being reunited with his granddaughter was a happy enough occasion for him, so he did not mind even if she had not prepared any gift. He smiled and told her, "I'm already very glad that you're back. You don't have to prepare anything for me. You've been working so hard on your own outside. Anyway, it's sister's sincerity, quickly open it, grandfather." Emma told him, hiding her eagerness. Okay. The elder slowly opened up the box and was surprised when he saw what was inside, but he recovered quickly. He looked at Luna kindly, "Girls are really sweet, they both thought of the same thing and got me what I like." Emma shot them a cold gaze as she sneered at them inwardly. "So, you would still like it because your real granddaughter gave it to you?" Others also saw what Luna presented him with and they were surprised. What a coincidence. They both gave him the same thing. Emma's friends started gossiping. Aaliyah glanced at the jade bead bracelet and ridiculed, "That's totally different. Emma's one is definitely top-notch quality, this is just some worthless trash." "How is that the same?" Maya went along, "Luna, didn't you just move over to Glory World Entertainment? You should be earning a lot, shouldn't you? And you just bought such a poor quality item like this? It's your grandfather's 70th birthday. Are you really okay with giving him this? Do you know that jade has an aura of its own which can make or break a person's fortune?" That last sentence was a devastating arrow meant to embarrass her. Suddenly, Luna was targeted by everyone. "Please don't put it that way, she might not be doing very well herself," someone said jokingly. "What? For giving something she can't afford, why did she choose something as expensive as this? You have to understand that people from small villages like to act generously and act ignorantly. How would they know about the taboo about jade stones?" Julian was really unhappy as he heard all the comments. Just as he was going to speak up, an bespectacled old man from the crowd said in a serious tone, "My young friends, please allow me to say something. The taboo about jade stones doesn't lie in its worth. And a jade's quality is based on many factors. Even if it was just a normal jade, with suitable care, or if it were crafted by a renowned maker and blessed by high priest monks, it could become a priceless treasure. The elder hesitated and looked at the jade Luna had given to her grandfather before continuing, and this is what I would call a priceless treasure.